Here we are, chapter 44. News of what had happened in Chicago had shocked everyone. It had made its way into the papers of every major city across the country. People were very dismayed and shocked at what had happened, but they all began to realize that it could also happen to them in their own towns. On the baseball side, the Yankees began one of the biggest turnarounds in their history. The existing players seemed to get the message, and Myers and Tavy and I were playing as well as we were with the Monarchs. We never missed a beat. By the month's end, I was 6-1 and batting .325 with 5 homers. Jack Myers was 5-1, and John Tavy had hit 9 homers for the month and was named the American League Player of the Month. He added 24 runs batted in. Collectively, we seemed to raise the level of play for the entire team. There was a renewed sense of not wanting to let your teammates down. The Orioles, in the meantime, had gone on 2 losing streaks of their own, one of 5 games and one of 7 games. The Yanks had moved within 2 games within the month of the Orioles. The end of the season was coming. We didn't have much time to lose. The town and the media had gotten off the boss's case for a while. Red had done a masterful job of working our lineup to full effect. The Monarchs were doing just as well. Dent was enjoying managing again, and it was like nothing had changed with that team. It made it much easier for me, Jack, and John to feel better about our own success. We had still strong affections for our ex-teammates. Gloria, Gus, and Mary were coming up for the weekend series with the Red Sox. Gus had gotten someone in to fill in for their weekend series. He and Mary needed to get away. The last month had been very tough on them, but they needed to get through it. It was time, and they knew it, to get on with their lives. Maybe this weekend in New York could be a new beginning for everyone. They drove down and parked at my apartment. I had a limo take them to the stadium. Chris and Tavy had already moved down here to be with John. Everything was going well for them, too. I met Gloria, Gus, and Mary in the huge visitors' lounge adjacent to the locker room. I gave Gloria the biggest hug of my life, and of hers probably. I had missed her so much. I gave Mary a big hug as well and warmly shook Gus's hand. I am so glad you all could have come down this weekend, I began. I've missed you all so much. Gloria was just beaming. You think you missed us, she added. I got news for you, sailor, she added, and everyone started laughing. Listen, I said, I've got to get ready for the game today. It's Jack's turn to pitch, and we'll go out to a nice dinner afterwards, okay? Sounds great, said Mary. Should we meet you back here after the game? That'll be just fine, I replied. I'll see you then. I reached for Gloria and gave her a huge, warm, passionate kiss. And I will see you later, too, I added, with a big smile. She returned it as well. I had a member of the stadium staff meet the folks and took them all to their assigned seats and asked if they would see to it that they got back here just fine after the game. Jack pitched a 4-hitter for 7 innings, and the Yankee relievers closed out the game with 6 strikeouts and no runs to complete a shutout of the Red Sox. Both John and I hit 2-run homers. Mine came in the first inning with Velarde aboard. John hit his in the 4th with me on, and my second hit, a double into the gap in left center. Ruben Sierra hit a 3-run homer in the 7th for insurance. The Yanks just kept on rolling. I met my new family as planned, and the limo quickly sped us down to Mickey Mantle's restaurant. It was easy for the players to get in, reservations or not. I made them, but I was not looking for any special treatment. We took our seats, and I ordered a very nice bottle of wine for all of us to share. We sat talking about the game and how all 3 of us ex-Monarch players had brought so much to this team and what a great job Red was doing. It was something out of a dream, they all thought. I reached in my pocket and took out a small navy blue hinge box. I set it by my plate. I was growing very nervous. Mary spotted the box and quickly asked Gus to escort her to the ladies' room so she wouldn't get lost. Gus didn't understand, but he went anyway. "Gloria," I began, "you know I have grown very fond of you. You are a very remarkable young woman. You've been through a lot in your short life, and so have I. And when I think about all that has transpired, I know that I am truly in love with you. I would love for you, Gloria, to be my wife, if you'll have me." I opened the small box that had a huge diamond engagement ring inside. I took it out of the box and held it in my left hand, and I reached for her left hand with my right. "Gloria," I said lovingly as I could, "will you marry me?" Gloria sat stunned for a moment. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. It was a word she had hoped to hear for months. "Oh, Bill, you know I will," she said. "I love you so much." Her eyes welled up with tears as she leaned across the table to kiss me. I sweetly and gently touched the side of her cheek. I slipped a beautiful ring on her ring finger. It fit perfectly. "How did you do that?" she asked. "Well, I got one of your rings from your mom and had it sized," I said. "Your mom has known for 2 weeks. She must be really good at keeping secrets." "Well, she sure is," said Gloria. "I guess I didn't know how good myself." Gus and Mary made their way back to the table, and they could sense that some good news was about to be announced. "Gus and Mary," I beamed, "this beautiful young woman has agreed to become Mrs. Bill Allen." Both Gloria and I were smiling like Cheshire cats. "Oh," said Mary, "that is wonderful news. We'd always hoped this day would come. We love you both so very much." Mary leaned over and gave Gloria a kiss on the cheek. "Congratulations," said Gus, giving me a big pat on the shoulder. "I know it's soon, but have you thought about a wedding date?" asked Mary. "Whenever Gloria wants," I said. "That'll be up to her. I just plan to be there." "Well, we can talk about the rest of that this weekend if that's okay with everyone," said Gloria. "I've got to give Mom a call tonight as well." The waiter came by the table and asked if we were ready to order. He also did us a favor. "Mr. Allen," he said sheepishly, "could I get your autograph from my son? He has become a huge fan of yours." "Sure, what's his name?" I asked. "Martin," replied the waiter. The waiter placed a clean piece of paper in front of me and handed me his pen. I began writing. "Keep your eye on the ball and your mind in school," I wrote. "Best wishes, Bill Allen." "Thanks," said the waiter. "And listen, I'll be back in a couple of days with a baseball signed, a bat." "And how old is your son?" "Well, he's 9. I'll bring him a glove that'll fit him just fine." "That'll be great," he said. "My son will be so thrilled." "Okay, everybody, grab your menu. Let's eat."